Hey everyone, welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers roster review. I am Sir Loki, and I have the honor of doing a roster review for Doubles89 of the Rebel Force Sullust Guild. I have his in-game profile here pulled up. We can see his arena squad as well as his ship arena. Doubles89 contacted the RSG stream to go over a few things. One being to review his current arena team, which I have to say is doing pretty well. You are in Arena Rank 2 right now, so you are in the top 10. But you did mention that it was getting a little more difficult now holding defense. So we were going to kind of review the team over this stream, and then kind of give you some recommendations on a new direction with the team or how we can modify it later, as the meta on your arena shard will probably shift within the next few weeks or so with Commander Luke, and also maybe Thrawn, or the R2 event came back, so maybe some of your guys are also getting R2D2 on your shard that didn't get it before. So let's dive into it here. Again, I have your in-game profile, but I also have your SWGOH account, which is going to tell us a lot of history about your arena team. So the current rank, this was last updated 18 hours ago. So it looks like you're at a 21 rank 21 with the current triple cleanse team. The highest you've been in the last 30 days is 9, and the lowest is 38. So we obviously want to try to button this up, or at least put you in the right direction to hold defense more, because your in-game profile obviously shows you can make it to the top, but we want to be able to maybe adjust your characters or adjust your mods so you can stay there. Looking at this, again, this is your 30-day pattern, so pretty consistent with where you're at least your top 50. Could easily say your top 30. But again, hopefully after this review, it'll put you in the right direction and we can put you into the top 10. Okay, so I'm just going to dive right into, we're going to analyze each character that you got, look at the mods, and see where we can improve. So Rex is obviously important. I'm not going to go too much into detail why he's important, but looking at your mods right here, I would suggest making him a little more tanky. You might want to consider doing a protection arrow instead of a speed arrow, and the reason I say that is because his leadership ability is still going to give him a lot of turn meter. So in the triple cleanse team, I don't think he really necessarily needs to be the fastest. I think he needs more tankiness so he can survive, especially with the new Commander Luke teams coming out. So you might want to look into the arrows here, the triangle, and the cross here, and maybe getting some protection primaries. The way you have a Modibus is fine, but I would tend to lean toward like a health set on him, or if you have the mod challenge, the speed set, resistance mod challenge open, where you can get speed mods. I would definitely farm speed mods with the protection primaries, and then like speed secondaries or health secondaries, protection secondaries as well, to get him as tanky as you can. He's not bad at 30, what is this, 37,000 or so. But still, I like to maybe push him at about 40. Even if we were going to sacrifice some speed here, I think it would be okay with his leadership ability. So again, this is just my recommendation looking at it. You know your shard better than I do, but a tankier Rex is always is pretty dangerous. So let's go back. General Kenobi, again, very tanky. That's good. He's got about 82,000 health and protection. Again, the only thing I would maybe change is if later you get a protection primary cross, and then a 5-dot triangle with protection. He's kind of like similar to Baze. I don't think he needs a lot of speed. Speed is important for him so he can get his retribution and cleanse up, but overall, I don't think he needs a lot of speed. The main characters on your team that would need the speed, I would say, is Trute first, and then Nihilus. So that's the way I would mod them. But You got all of your arena characters at gear 11, which is very important. This team is good. So continue to grind out their star levels. It's already been said during the RSG streams and Jedi Academy that the star level really doesn't matter until you get to like the heroic tank. But I think for this team right here, you pretty much have them maxed out. You just got to work on their mods. Is the only really suggestion I can give you. And then let's jump into your Rancor team. So after looking at your roster, you had mentioned you were using like a wedge lead with Biggs, Jin Urso, Rex, and I think Fives was the team you mentioned. I would definitely look into using. I like the lead. I like Wedge. I also like Biggs and Jin as well because she's going to remove the turn meter from the Rancor. You might want to look in again going to Tarkin. I would definitely look into Tarkin. Your Fives is only level 69 and looks like it has like one more gear level than your Tarkin, but your Tarkin has the potential to remove more turn meter than Fives could because of this ultimate firepower ability. So I would definitely substitute Tarkin in for Fives and try that out. You can continue using Rex. I've seen other teams, they actually use Cassian Andor or they use R2D2. So it's good you got your Cassian at 7 star. You also have your R2D2 at 7 star. You might want to try those teams out. So again, it's going to be Wedge Biggs, Jin, um, R2D2 Grand Moff Tarkin, or you can try Cassian with R2D2, or you can switch those tunes up right there. Eventually, you'd want Commander Luke. I think he's just a wonderful tune for the Rancor. I think you've seen on the forums already and Reddit that he's just a big powerhouse for the Rancor. So I would again farm those Episode 4 Rebels so when the Luke event comes back, you can get him. Just on closing notes, I am going to suggest you did mention to me that you were going to farm crit damage mods. I think that's good, but also keep in mind I think the speed mod sets would help you more in arena, especially if you're going to stay with a Rex lead kind of tanky, disruptive team where you want Nihilus to charge up his Annihilate and then use it. So these teams normally don't need a lot of damage. Now, if you switch to Commander Luke lead with the Rebels, um, then I would suggest that you want to farm more crit damage mods. But I would work toward unlocking the speed mod challenge. You're going to need a resistance team, which aside from R2D2, I think you're going to need to farm up. But if you're going to do the crit damage one, I mean, I don't even think you need Finn here, honestly. You could probably do a Poe lead. You already have R2D2, which is he's going to carry a lot of the battle. Your Rey is decent, but you can work on her as well, and then just farm up Resistance Pilot, Resistance Trooper to the requirements needed for the battle. But if I look at your Jawas, I think you're kind of in the same boat with the Jawas. So I don't know if you finished the crit mod challenge, but it looks like you're equally in the same spot. You got the 4 Jawas that still need to be built up, but at least on your resistance side, you have R2D2 already in purple gear and 7 star. So again, I'm just throwing these out here. This is just observations of your inventory that I'm seeing, but definitely the speed mod sets I think will benefit you more in arena. It'll obviously benefit you in the Rancor because you want your guys to go fast to be able to outspeed the Rancor and remove his turn meter. Okay, other than that, this roster review comes to a close. If you have any questions, comments, always you got my contact. You got everybody's contact on Discord. Drop us a line on the RSG Discord if you have any other follow-up questions. But I would say you're in good shape. It looks like you're collecting a good amount of crystals daily with your arena team. So I hope whatever the suggestions that I gave you and kind of the pathway I gave you helps out with your arena team and also any future events or game modes that will be coming. With that said, this roster review comes to an end. Again, this is Sir Loki for the Reality Skewed Gamers crew signing off. And thank you again. Catch us on Wednesday afternoons, where we do our evening stream, and then also Saturday mornings with the Jedi Academy. May the Force be with you guys. Take care.